What's going on, everybody? It's your goddamn daddy, Dev Del Molino, the synthesizer of opinions, back with another review, 65432. You already know how we going, but get ready for some praises, some hot takes. Today I am celebrating and discussing with you guys Meek Mill's 4th studio album, Championships. 65432, 6-minute review, 5 contextual things to say about the album, 4 favorite tracks from the album, 3 words to describe this album, and 2 potential ratings to give the album. Is it a hot album? Is it a not album? The road that gets us to Meek Mill's Championships is one that many of us already know, but it's important to retell because context is important with this record. Long before the victories that we're going to speak of today come a series of losses, big losses on the part of Meek Mill. However many years ago, Meek Mill finds himself in a rap beef with former collaborator Drake. A rap beef in which Drake is completely running away with it and Meek Mill stubbornly does not realize that he has lost. So for a couple years now, the general population of hip-hop fans are selling their Meek stock. And in the process of that, he is getting slandered and bodied with memes. Fast forward just a little bit later, November 2017, Meek is going down on a violation of his probation. The judge presiding over his case is basically throwing the book at him, gives him 2 to 4 years on some bullshit. And suddenly the tide of public opinion on Meek Mill has completely turned to a conversation that we need to be having about justice reform and second chances for black people. So Meek Mill comes back 8 or 9 months later with open arms from the hip hop community and a clear podium for him to step to and become an ambassador for those issues I just mentioned. And wow, does Meek Mill seize his moment with Championships. Let me get my 4 favorite songs off real quick. Really, I want to talk about a lot of the album. At number 4, I liked Trauma. Second song on the album after the intro. Amazing intro, by the way. I love that Phil Collins sample. Trauma is where we really get to the heart of what's happening in this album. First of all, it's Meek putting you on notice that he is rapping his motherfucking ass off. And of course, I love the callbacks to childhood trauma that he may have experienced and referencing that with other young men in his community from the past and the present. Number 3 is On Me. Mega banger. Meek killed this. Cardi killed this. I love this beat. Would I let a bad bitch spit in my mouth? Yes. Number 2 on the list, Championships. Ugh. Philly to the core with this song. The saxophone is amazing. Meek raps at an invigorating pace, lyrics inspirational as ever. This is the song that gets my blood pumping. And finally, the undisputable best song on the album. Holy hell, this might be song of the year. What's Free? Meek Mill, Rick Ross, and a Jay-Z verse that, oh my God. This is an obligatory moment where I have to remind you guys that Jay-Z is the best rapper of all time. He pretty much always has been and will continue to be for probably a long time. If you disagree, it's okay. It's your opinion. It's wrong, but it's your opinion. I'll just say with this song, listen to every lyric. As for the rest of the album, I mean, there are jams all the way up and down this thing. I really love the LMA collab on 24/7, that beautiful Beyonce sample. That's a great feel-good mainstream R&B record. Uptown Vibes with FAVE, pretty great. Love that horn sample. Gets pretty bad when we get to the Onwell verse. Does not need to be there at all. Horrible verse. Again, the intro is amazing. Tic-Tac-Toe with Kodak Black. Again, the intro amazing. Outro amazing. Tic-Tac-Toe featuring Kodak Black has a very militant rhythm. And I love that hook by Kodak. This is another song that just makes me want to get to work. There are a couple tracks on here that I really just want to forget about. Almost Slipped is at about the midpoint on this album. Unlistenable. The song with 21 Savage, not my favorite 21 Savage feature. However, I do like that this song sounds straight out of that Dream Chasers Meek era. And then after this song exists a bit of a soft spot on the track list. I'm not getting as many thrilling tracks between this song and the outro. A couple okay ones, some mediocre, but that outro does finish this album off very satisfyingly. So plenty of tracks here I can't take my ears off. Some songs are just okay, some moments on the album not okay at all. But overall, a track list here that I'm generally in love with. And that takes me to 3 words that are gonna help me describe this album. That first word is going to be balance, a word that I think describes the track listing here in a way that feels like this album has a little bit of something for everybody. There's moments where he's rapping, and then there's ones where he's really rapping, and that's very apparent. He does plenty of songs that emphasize the core of this album. He does some of his R&B cuts. He does a simp cut that I hate. He's got party songs. He's got trench stuff on this album. He pretty much checks off all his own pre-established boxes. I think that was a smart move because I've seen people on all 4 corners of the hip-hop community giving this album some praise in one way or another. The second word is going to be context, because context is very important in music, rap music especially today. Sure, it's as easy as it's ever been to be a one-dimensional rap act and still see some success. But it is as important as ever to be a multi-dimensional artist in order to stand out amongst the rest and sort of mark your place in the hip-hop timeline. We are no longer just listening to the music. We're listening to the person behind that microphone. We want to know if we can believe what they say, and we want to know if we can identify with what they put out. And this Meek Mill story is just one that I cannot overlook. I'm actually seeing someone grow and learn and blossom before our eyes. Maybe whatever projects come after this for Meek might just be mediocre. But this one exists in a moment in time that I think is really important, and I'm glad that we're getting a chance to celebrate Meek's moment. A moment that will make him a figure in hip-hop for a very long time to come. And finally, my last word describing this album is going to be triumph. Again, the word triumph isn't just about taking a W. In this context, it's about growth. It's about redemption. It's about inspiring other people. And in a time where we are devoid of leaders, we need leaders the most. We began to look in unconventional places like singular moments for certain people. And today that moment is all about Meek Mill. So again, hear this album, listen, and just see what it means to you. Me? I'm giving this album a fucking hell yeah, hoorah, very, very hot. And maybe, just maybe, this will be on my end of the year list for albums of the year. That's coming soon, and we'll see where it lands. And that is the Dev Del Molino 65432 review for Meek Mill Championships. We did it. Favorite tracks, adjectives to describe the album, a hot or not rating, let me know down in the comment section and we can beef about it. But until the next review, remember, art without favor is like a windmill without wind. Dev Del Molino, out.